big disappointment from the US Open. I was able to turn that around, really learn from my mistakes. I really approached the Open with the goal of really controlling how I wanted to think and feel. And I felt a lot more comfortable, a lot more happier. Obviously, I've done a lot of work on my golf game, and that was really turning around since the US Open. And obviously, it was a successful week. I was 1 or 2 shots away from really being in the mix the whole week. You know, and it was just being slightly held back on the greens. Nothing more. I played certainly well enough to win that week. Just needed a few of the putts to drop, and I would have been right there. Well, in terms of my golf, I worked on just getting the confidence back. I think at the US Open I worked very hard on trying to hit left to right shots, which, you know, for everything that my coach and I have worked on in the last couple of years, it's been more about showing the club out and maybe hitting slight a turn from right to left. So my swing got a little bit out of kilter, and I needed to work on that. In terms of mentally approaching the Open, I wanted to approach it you know, where I had a bit more control. Even though you're going to feel nervous and uptight, you go out there and decide how you want to feel. And you know, I wanted to approach it with a little bit more of a fun, light-hearted attitude. That's when I play my best golf, and I think that showed. You know, when I was on TV, I was smiling and happy, and you know, as a result, it was a good you know, good Open for me. Absolutely. You know, I've made a lot of strides in the last few weeks. You know, certainly we'll use all the confidence I gained from this week. You know, and it's always nice. You forget some of the good things sometimes after a week like at the US Open. You know, it can be quite tough to get over a performance like that, but I put it away pretty quickly. You know, and I was able to switch into a better frame of mind, and I'll certainly take that to the US PGA. I do. It was tough to watch, you know, obviously. You know, that's a tough situation to be in when you feel like you have control of the tournament and, you know, you're not able to quite finish it off. You know, hats off to Ernie for pressing on and never giving up. That's why as golfers, even when I was 10 shots behind playing the last round, you know, you just never know what's going to happen. And, you know, hats off to Ernie. I think both of them handled it extremely well. It'll be a tough thing to swallow for Adam, but I think he'll come back strong. I only made one double, and that was on the 6th hole. I kind of got in some trouble in that bunker on the few guys got in trouble with. I think Tiger had some troubles there on Sunday, and you know, it was just one of those things where I got a little bit greedy. I tried to get the ball a little bit further out than I wanted to, and didn't get it out. But again, I'm not sure if that was really you're always going to make some mistakes. For me, it was just I hit so many good putts that just didn't quite go in. You know, I hit the edges, and putts, you know, 2 or 3 feet out, I would have put money on that they were going in the hole, and they just veered off. And you know, and that's part of being successful at an Open Championship. Those greens are different to what we play in, week out. They're very old greens. They've settled. They have very subtle borers to them. It's not you know, one particular slope on them. They move around. There's a different feeling. You almost have to have a putting stroke looking at the hole and just kind of feeling it. And you know, I'm getting better and getting closer. But yeah, it wasn't quite my week on the greens. Well, it just tells you that it's very hard to be successful consistently. You know, obviously Tiger did it for a number of years. And that's why he's been known as one of the greats. It's not easy to do. Only a few select people go out there and win consistently at the majors. It takes a certain mindset and a certain game. But it also shows that golf is very strong right now. It's very deep. You know, anyone on any given week who plays well and has a few of the right bounces and the putts drop, you know, it can be their time. Well, I think it's looking very, very close on paper. I think last year you would have said we were going to be clear favourites. The Americans have had a really good run this year and had some good, some of their better players playing better. You know, we've obviously have a strong side too. I think we're going to have probably a few new guys in the team, and it's always difficult to play away from home. But the biggest thing we have on our advantage is that previous successes. You know, we've really done well in the Ryder Cup over the last couple decades, and we'll feed off that.